Have you ever felt a sudden, inexplicable connection to a moment or a place, as if something deep within you is trying to tell you something? Imagine for a moment that there's a version of you living in a parallel reality, observing every choice you make and every path you take. What if this parallel self is reaching out, sending you messages through signs that you might be overlooking? The concept of parallel realities might sound like it's straight out of a science fiction novel, but recent insights from quantum physics suggest that our perceived reality is just one of countless possibilities. Each decision and thought might align us with these alternate realities, where different versions of ourselves experience unique lives. These other versions could be trying to communicate with you, offering wisdom and guidance. In this journey, we'll uncover the subtle signs that might indicate a parallel version of you is sending you messages. We'll explore how these signs could be guiding you toward transformation and self-discovery. By understanding these connections, you might just unlock new levels of potential and fulfillment. So let's dive in and discover how you can tune into these parallel selves and harness their insights to transform your own life. Are you ready to explore the hidden messages from the universe? Let's embark on this journey together and uncover what your parallel selves might be trying to tell you. The nature of parallel realities, a blend of science and spirit. The concept of parallel realities suggests that the universe contains infinite dimensions, each with different versions of you. These versions may have made different choices or followed alternative paths, creating unique realities that are separated from our own by thin layers of frequency. Spiritually, it's believed that these realities are generated through the power of universal consciousness. Each thought, intention, and action creates a new branch of reality. This means that every choice you make births a new version of you somewhere in the vast web of existence. From a scientific standpoint, quantum mechanics supports this idea. The theory of quantum superposition posits that particles can exist in multiple states at once, which implies that all possible realities are simultaneously present. Your consciousness, through its decisions and the energy you project, plays a key role in which version of reality you experience. Essentially, the existence of parallel versions of yourself isn't just a spiritual idea, but one grounded in scientific thought as well. Each version of you represents a different aspect of your potential, with all these realities being interconnected at the level of consciousness. Now let's explore some of the common signs that a parallel version of you may be trying to reach out and send you a message. 1. Déjà vu, a glimpse into another reality. Déjà vu is one of the most mysterious sensations we experience, that uncanny feeling that a moment you're living has already happened before. While many chalk it up to a quirk of memory, there's a deeper, more intriguing possibility. Déjà vu could be a momentary connection with a parallel version of yourself. When the boundaries between alternate realities temporarily blur, you might catch a glimpse of a moment that another version of you has already experienced. In this sense, déjà vu becomes more than just a mental glitch. It's a window into a different timeline where choices and circumstances have led to a slightly different version of your current life. Imagine you're walking through a new city, yet everything feels oddly familiar. The street, the people, even the sounds, it all feels like you've been there before. This experience might be the result of your consciousness aligning with another version of yourself who has, in their reality, already walked this path. It's as though, for a brief moment, two timelines converge, and you get a fleeting sense of what life is like in another version of your existence. This phenomenon can be a powerful reminder of the vast array of possibilities that exist in the multiverse. When you experience déjà vu, it's worth pausing to reflect on the situation. Is there something about the moment that feels beyond coincidence? Perhaps this experience is trying to tell you something, nudging you in a certain direction or validating a decision you've made. It might even be your parallel self offering guidance or reassurance that you're on the right path. By embracing déjà vu as more than a mere mental trick, you open yourself to the idea that your consciousness is far more connected to the infinite realities around you than you might have imagined. 2. Synchronicities, the universe's way of sending you messages. Synchronicities are more than just coincidences. They are deeply meaningful events that seem to defy rational explanation. When these moments occur, it's often as if the universe itself is speaking to you, nudging you to pay closer attention. Many believe that these synchronicities are signs that a parallel version of you is reaching out, trying to guide you toward a path that aligns with your highest potential. Have you ever noticed a specific number sequence popping up repeatedly, or found yourself encountering the same symbol in various unrelated contexts? These seemingly random occurrences might not be random at all. They could be the subtle language through which another version of you, living in an alternate reality, is trying to communicate. For instance, imagine you've been contemplating a major decision, such as changing careers. Just when you begin seriously considering it, you start to notice a specific word or image in places you wouldn't expect. It appears in a billboard you pass, a social media post you scroll past, or in a casual conversation with a friend. This is not just coincidence. These signs are too well-timed to be ignored. What if your parallel self, existing in a timeline where that career change has already happened, is guiding you? The success they've experienced in their reality could be spilling over into yours, signaling that the decision you're pondering might lead to the fulfillment and growth you desire. The key to understanding synchronicities is awareness. Rather than brushing off these moments as mere chance, take a moment to reflect on what the universe is showing you. Ask yourself, what patterns or symbols keep appearing? How do these align with what you're currently experiencing or contemplating? By being receptive to these synchronicities, you open yourself to wisdom and guidance that transcends the limitations of your current reality. In a sense, it's like receiving a gentle nudge from another version of yourself who has already walked the path you're just beginning to consider. Now, before we dive deeper into how dreams can also act as windows to other realities, here's a quick note. If you want to learn how to attract huge money effortlessly starting today, check the link in the comments below. You'll discover shocking wealth secrets revealed by a rogue NASA scientist. All right, let's continue our exploration. 3. Dreams. Windows into other realities. Dreams have always fascinated humanity, often viewed as mysterious portals to the subconscious mind. However, what if dreams are more than that? What if, beyond serving as expressions of our unconscious thoughts and desires, they are also glimpses into other realities? Alternative versions of ourselves living different lives in parallel dimensions. This concept may sound surreal, but many who have studied both dreams and quantum theory believe that the vivid, striking dreams we occasionally experience are much more than simple figments of our imagination. For example, think back to a dream where you found yourself in an unfamiliar situation that somehow felt deeply familiar. Perhaps you were navigating a completely different life, one where you made different choices, yet it all seemed natural. You might even have encountered people in these dreams whom you don't recognize in waking life, but who felt important or significant during the dream. These could be connections with individuals from a parallel reality where your life took a different turn. Dreams like this are not uncommon, and many believe they represent moments where the barriers between different versions of you temporarily dissolve. Lucid dreams, where you become aware that you are dreaming, provide an even greater opportunity for exploration. In these moments of heightened consciousness, you can take control of your dream and actively interact with the world you find yourself in. Some even suggest that lucid dreaming offers a direct pathway to communicate with your parallel selves. By being fully aware in these dreams, you can ask questions, seek guidance, and perhaps even learn from the successes or challenges faced by another version of you. Paying close attention to the details of your dreams is crucial. What were the emotions you felt? What were the landscapes or people you encountered? These elements may hold symbolic messages or direct insights from your parallel self. Upon waking, take some time to reflect and, if possible, write down these details. Over time, a pattern may emerge that helps you understand the deeper meanings behind these dream experiences. Dreams, much like synchronicities, serve as a bridge between different dimensions of existence. By tuning into both, you can access knowledge and wisdom that may significantly enhance your current life, helping you make more aligned choices and navigate your path with greater clarity and purpose. 4. Feeling out of place. A signal of overlapping realities. Have you ever been somewhere familiar but suddenly felt like a stranger, as if everything around you no longer fits? This unsettling sensation of disconnection might be more than just an emotional response. It could be a sign that you are momentarily tuning into a parallel version of yourself, where different choices led to an entirely different reality. This phenomenon often manifests as a sudden sense that something is off, or that you should be somewhere else entirely, like you've stepped into the wrong version of your life for a brief moment. Feeling out of place can sometimes occur in moments of transition, when you're on the verge of a big decision or life change. You might be in a familiar environment but suddenly feel as though you don't belong. It's almost like you're existing in two realities at once, with one foot in your current life and the other in a parallel version where your choices took you down a different path. This sensation can happen unexpectedly, like when you're walking down the street or sitting in a meeting, and for no apparent reason, everything feels foreign. Some describe it as feeling out of time, as if they've jumped into a reality that's not quite their own. What's particularly intriguing about these moments is that they may serve as an invitation to reflect on your current path. When you feel this disconnect, ask yourself if it could be a subtle signal from your higher self, nudging you to consider the choices you're making. Perhaps the feeling of being out of place is a message from a parallel version of yourself, one who made different choices and is living out the consequences of those decisions. This alignment of realities could be a way for your consciousness to prompt you to evaluate whether your current trajectory is still serving you or whether it's time to make a shift. While feeling out of place can be unsettling, it's also a powerful opportunity for growth. Instead of ignoring the sensation, lean into it. Reflect on what aspects of your life feel disconnected or misaligned. By exploring these moments of disorientation, you can gain valuable insights into your personal journey, helping you to course correct if necessary and align more deeply with the life you are meant to live. 5. Intuition, the inner voice of your parallel self. We all experience moments of intuition, that strong, inexplicable feeling that guides us toward a specific decision or action without any rational explanation. But what if these intuitive nudges are more than just gut feelings? What if they are messages from a parallel version of yourself, guiding you toward a path that they've already walked and found success on? Intuition could be a powerful communication channel between you and your parallel selves, especially when it comes as a strong, irresistible urge to take action or make a change, even when you can't fully explain why. Consider those moments when you suddenly feel the urge to explore a new hobby, travel to a particular place, or even shift your career path. These intuitive prompts might seem random, but they could be reflections of the choices made by a parallel version of yourself. In that reality, the alternate version of you has already taken these steps, and the energy of their experiences is bleeding through into your current timeline. By listening to these inner nudges, you may be aligning yourself with a more fulfilling version of reality, one that resonates deeply with your higher potential. One of the most striking aspects of intuition is how it bypasses logic. Often these gut feelings don't make sense to your rational mind. You might find yourself drawn to an opportunity or person without understanding why. In such moments, trust that your parallel self may already know the outcome of this decision, having lived through it in their reality. By following the call of your intuition, you could be accessing the wisdom of your parallel self and accelerating your personal growth and success. Listening to your intuition is also an act of trust. It requires surrendering to the unknown and following a path that isn't always clear. However, by tuning in to these intuitive messages, you open yourself up to greater possibilities. You might find that these subtle nudges lead you toward experiences that bring more joy, purpose, and fulfillment into your life. So the next time you feel that inner tug towards something new, don't dismiss it. Instead, see it as a sign that another version of you is guiding you toward a more aligned path. By trusting your intuition, you open yourself up to the wisdom of your parallel selves, allowing you to tap into a broader spectrum of possibilities. 6. Behavioral changes. Unexplained shifts in habits or interests, reflecting influence from another reality. At times, you may notice sudden, unexplained shifts in your habits, interests, or daily behaviors. These changes can feel spontaneous, almost as if they appeared out of nowhere. While it's easy to attribute these shifts to mood changes or life circumstances, they could be much more significant. These unexplainable behavioral changes might be the result of energy or influence flowing from a parallel version of yourself. In other words, it could be that another version of you, living in an alternate reality, is nudging you toward choices that align with the path they are walking. For example, you might find yourself developing an unexpected interest in a new hobby or field of study. Perhaps you suddenly feel drawn to different types of food, music, or environments that didn't previously appeal to you. Or you may notice shifts in your daily habits, like feeling compelled to wake up earlier, exercise more, or spend more time in solitude. These changes may seem random, but they often reflect an alignment with another version of yourself who has embraced these habits and is thriving because of them. Such shifts in behavior are subtle but important signs that the boundaries between your reality and another are becoming more fluid. When you begin to act in ways that don't fit your established patterns, take a moment to reflect on what these changes could mean. They may be a signal that a parallel self is influencing your current reality, guiding you toward a path that will bring you greater fulfillment. These behavioral shifts can also be seen as an invitation to explore new possibilities. A parallel version of you may have already discovered that a certain habit or interest leads to personal growth, success, or happiness, and is attempting to help you make similar choices in this reality. By paying attention to these changes, you can consciously choose to follow these new directions, knowing that they might lead to a reality where you are more aligned with your true potential. Over time, you may notice that these unexplained shifts become more frequent or profound. This is often an indication that your vibration is raising and that you are more in tune with alternate versions of yourself. Embrace these behavioral changes as part of your journey toward becoming the best version of yourself, a version that already exists in another reality waiting for you to catch up. Now that we've explored the different ways your parallel selves might be reaching out, you might be wondering, how can I strengthen this connection? Or better yet, how can I align myself with the best possible version of me in another reality? This is where the real fun begins. It's all about fine-tuning your energy, raising your vibration, and consciously stepping into the reality where your highest self already thrives. Aligning with your parallel versions, raising your vibration. Once you begin to notice the signs of communication from your parallel versions, the natural next step is to align yourself more closely with these alternate realities. The key to doing this lies in raising your vibration. In the context of universal energy, everything operates on specific frequencies, including your thoughts, emotions, and actions. When you raise your vibration, you attune yourself to the higher frequencies where parallel versions of you exist, those that embody more harmonious, abundant, and fulfilling realities. So, how exactly can you raise your vibration? The process begins by shifting your emotional and mental state. Emotions like gratitude, love, compassion, and forgiveness carry much higher frequencies than lower emotions such as fear, anger, or resentment. By practicing these positive emotions regularly, you naturally begin to elevate your vibrational frequency. This shift puts you in alignment with versions of yourself that are already living in these higher vibrational realities, versions of you that have found success, peace, and joy. One way to actively raise your vibration is through daily gratitude. Start by acknowledging the abundance and blessings you already have in your life, no matter how small they seem. When you practice gratitude, you not only shift your perspective, but also attract more of the positive energy that you focus on. Compassion and forgiveness also play essential roles in this process. Letting go of grudges or judgments clears the energetic blocks that may prevent you from aligning with a higher version of yourself. As you forgive others and yourself, you release stagnant energy and allow higher vibrational energy to flow into your life. Meditation is another powerful tool that can help you raise your vibration and strengthen the connection with your parallel selves. By calming the mind and focusing on your inner state, you open channels to higher levels of consciousness. During meditation, take time to visualize the version of yourself that you aspire to be. Imagine living the life that this version already experiences, whether it's a reality filled with abundance, peace, love, or any other positive state. Over time, this visualization becomes more than just an exercise. It acts as a bridge, pulling you closer to that version of yourself. Through these practices, you're not only aligning with a better reality, but also reinforcing the communication between yourself and the versions of you that already exist in those realities. As you elevate your vibration, you'll find that the decisions, opportunities, and experiences in your current life start to shift as well, reflecting the higher vibrational state that you're tuning into. This alignment allows you to embody the fullest potential of your parallel self, living a life of greater harmony and fulfillment. In conclusion, the idea of parallel versions of yourself isn't just a fascinating theory. It's a powerful opportunity for transformation and growth. By recognizing the subtle signs, like déjà vu, synchronicities, dreams, and intuitive nudges, you can tap into the wisdom of these alternate realities and bring that knowledge into your current life. Every moment is an invitation to become the most empowered version of yourself. Remember, these other versions of you aren't separate beings. They are reflections of your vast, multidimensional consciousness. By embracing their insights, you're not only aligning with a greater sense of purpose, but also unlocking new levels of potential and fulfillment. The journey to self-awareness is never about becoming someone else. It's about stepping into the highest, truest version of yourself that already exists. Each sign and message is a guide to help you shape a life that's more aligned, purposeful, and authentic. So, the next time you feel a nudge from the universe, whether it's through a dream, a moment of déjà vu, or a sudden intuition, pause and reflect. Could this be your parallel self offering guidance? Stay open and curious, knowing that every sign you encounter is a step closer to the life you are meant to live. Take this as a chance to spark your own curiosity and self-reflection. What version of you is waiting to emerge? The adventure of aligning with your highest self begins now. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What signs have you noticed in your own journey? Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.